What is up, YouTube? Today we're back with another Etheria restart video, and I know it's been a while. I know a lot of you guys have been in my streams asking me when's the next Etheria video. I'm sorry. Okay, it's been a little bit busy with vacation getting caught up. And before we continue, I do want to thank Etheria for sponsoring me to play Etheria and, get me so hooked into the game, which is why we're here today. But with that being said, I'm basically just making an update video to kind of show you guys what my account looks like right now. I know the meta right now is really heavily in Tank Down and Turn 2 and Bloodbath and Rahu and Holden and Tiamat and Fuchu and the list goes on. You guys know, right? I don't want to play that style at all, so I haven't invested into it whatsoever. Okay, I've just been tried and true to my turn one control comps. Okay, I'm gonna just jump into it. So I basically made an obligation to myself, or maybe let's say like a promise, to never play turn two. I don't want to play turn two. I hate playing turn two. The games are just too long. I can't tolerate it. It's just I can't. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna go over my openers first. So my Lily is 342. Now that's not my top speed. I can reach 351 now on Lily. So my account I would say pretty fast, but I've kind of spread out my gear so I'm not like super just one dimensional with one unit basically. My second opener that I heavily rely on is DokiDoki, and I have her on a Swift Rush Bulwark Swift Smite set. And the reason why is I had the Bulwark in case I ever am drafting like Freya. And I was drafting Freya a lot more when Revelation didn't get nerfed, but now that Revelation got nerfed, like I don't pick Freya too much, but the Bulwark, it was really helpful for outspeeding some people because you get that 3% with the 320. And at that speed, it's actually very beneficial, right? The 320 divided by 0.97, like I'm at 330 basically. So I've definitely won some games by having that, but ever since Freya got or Revelation rather got nerfed, I haven't been able to really utilize the bulwark to its full potential. So I might move that set around and see if I can utilize it a little bit better, but only time will tell, right? And last but not least, I have Tsukiyo, who's at 318, and she is not intentionally on Amber, but she has the Swift Smite, she has the Red Shadow Dash at 20 speed, so that's why I have to just put it on her, right? And I love using Tsukiyo so much because, like in RTA, usually if I'm able to pick like Lily plus Tsukiyo, like they usually ban the Lily, so I'll usually put my fastest speed set on Suki, and then I can just outspeed instead. But in like tournament formats and in RTA, I do have her a little bit of a slower speed, like 320, and then the Lily's a bit faster, just in case I am able to get the Lily through. But basically, I just rely on her pushing like a Yeli or a Massiah if their team is pretty squishy, because a lot of times people are like, because I'm a control player, and I'll show you guys my debuff units in a moment, they'll play like Lilium and then like steal a debuffer, and then they're like really squishy. Like they don't have any like they're not playing like Bloodbath Obol or like Bloodbath Kazuyo. Some are, but mostly they're not like Bloodbath Obol. And I'm like, what the hell? Like I'm just gonna really cleave you. Like what the hell is this, right? So I'll just slam Suki on 3 and then just pick double DPS, and then she works really well in that regard. And now for my strip units, I'm going to show you, I have 4 strip units. Okay, so first one is going to be Holden. Now, Holden's at 284 speed at 206 effectiveness. And I think on the past weekend, I think I shocked a lot of people when I was facing Kecker and they were like, what the hell? Like Holden's first, like Vic's cooking. Um, yeah, but basically, I just have him on a faster build so I can strip off the bulwark because every single cleanser now, like Ling Luo, Sonya, and everybody else in between, have bulwark. So you need to have all the strips ready to go. Otherwise, you're not going to get really good value out of these units, right? Because I'm not playing Bloodbath, I'm not playing Bramble or none of that BS, right? So I'm heavily leaning into just speed. Now, the second stripper that I have geared on my account is Heinrich, and he's at 285. I previously had him at 315, but I slowed him down a little bit because at 315, like there's still such a big gap from 315 to like 275 or whatever where all my debuffers are. So I was like, it's kind of overkill. So I had it at 285 and just put some speed gear elsewhere. And luckily, I was able to get like finally a Swift Spite effect accuracy. I've been waiting for that for a long time, but I know my shell doesn't have Swift Smite. Trust me, I'm working on it. Okay. Now, my third stripper is going to be Mia, and she's 284, 171 effectiveness. This one is like a little bit lower priority. The only time I geared Mia is because they pre-banned Heinrich, they stole the Obol, they post-banned my Holden. I was like, fuck. Like, if I had another stripper on my side, I could have won the game with my debuffs, right? So I was like, okay, I guess I have to gear the last one, which is Mia, and I think every single control player really has to heavily lean into having every single strip available in the game. Otherwise, you run into those instances where people steal picks and pre-ban and post-ban your strippers, which just is really annoying to play against. And last but not least, we have Obol. And now Obol's going to be 286 and 219 effectiveness. Basically, he's my bread and butter. Like, I rely on Obol really heavily because he is very versatile with Lily synergy, and the fact that he has the S2, the dot strip, and then like he's just really solid. I don't know. I just feel like his S3 lands like the most consistently out of every single debuffer in the game. Like, I don't know. It's like having him be able to do stripping and also to be doing hard CC is really nice. And then with the strips aside, I play heavy control. So the first unit I will show you is Kraken. Now, Kraken is definitely my least favorite control unit to play with, just because I feel like after he freezes, he doesn't really offer anything else, which is why I put like some lower priority speed effectiveness gear on him. His effective accuracy is there, but the speed is a little bit slower compared to my other counterparts. But I just don't really love his freeze, which is why I feel like it's a little bit inconsistent. So that's why I'm trying to lean away from it. My RC-77 is at 280, 222 effectiveness, and his job is basically just like land a stun. I am gunning for another. Don't judge the passives, okay? I am gunning to get another codex, but it's been hard. Rengo hasn't been dropping the codex that I'm needing, so hopefully sooner than later I'll be able to get one and improve his build and throw a Swift Smite on him or something like that. Then I have another hard CC in Mio, and she's going to be 274 with 184 effect accuracy. And I basically just I stopped playing her as like an opener because so many people had Bulwark, which made her S2 and S3 very useless. So I have her tuned now to go after my strips so that I can land the turn meter, I can land the freezes, and really disrupt the enemy, right? And then last but not least, in terms of strip or hard CC, is going to be Kazuyo. And Kazuyo is at 271 effectiveness with 222 effect accuracy. And similarly to what I mentioned about DokiDoki on Bulwark, I have her on Bulwark for the same reason, so that if I, pre-nerfs Revelation, I would still be able to, get that 3% on the first turn and win some games off that. So Bulwark is obviously very useful. And also, it's kind of nice when, like, enemy takes your Obol and they freaking try to like stun your Kazuyo, and you're like, oh, psych, like I got bulwark, and it doesn't matter, right? So it's very nice in that sense. Now, all the hard CC aside, I'm going to go through some of my DPS characters that I have geared at the moment. So I have Hoyan, who's been obviously just really good counter cleave. If people just like some people will just slam like Tsukiyo on 3 and then just go like double DPS on 4-5. That's where Hoyan really shines. If they're picking stuff like Yeli or Lilium or Shada or Rosa or whatever. But I will say in higher ranks, every single DPS is like on Bloodbath. So I feel like Hoyan is not as good as she once was, which is really sad. I feel like for her to work well, she needs to be able to bypass any damage like reduction effects like Bloodbath, so that she can actually work like an anti-cleave, right? Otherwise, like if people just have cleave units on Bloodbath, like what's the point, right? Like Hoyan can't do her job, and that's why I feel like she's been seeing less and less play on my account, which really sucks because getting her count shell took me fucking forever. So yeah. Then I have my Rosa, who's on Revelation. Obviously, like the Revelation, I moved the Revelation away from Heinrich over to Rosa, and obviously because Revelation's nerfed, this is like almost more like a PvE character, honestly. But this is the set that I have on her with 70 crit to optimize her S3 with the increased crit rate, and she does well when I need her just to do some like supplemental damage. But honestly, I can't really pick her too much because she's kind of a low priority DPS for me. Another DPS is Freya. I have her 281 with 100 crits, and I'm just running double crits right side with HP, and just Revelation spam. Again, this is a character I can't play that much anymore, just because like Revelation nerfed. Let's nerf turn 2. Let's nerf Bloodbath. God damn it. Um, Next DPS, I have Yeli. Speaking of Bloodbath DPS, I am a little bit of a rat myself. I have a Bloodbath Yeli that I rely on. And again, it's the same reason because people were anti-cleaving me with Hoyan, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm running Bloodbath, eat shit. So that's why I basically have the Bloodbath here on this build. Then, last but not least, I do use Massiah for cleaving. You might be wondering why I'm using White Fang over Revelation. It's mainly because I use him in Arena basically every single day to bypass the Valerian defenses. Because Revelation obviously like can't like kill through the Valerian, which is like really really annoying when you just lose an attack because you're kind of just like aimlessly doing your attacks every day, which is literally me. So I heavily rely on the White Fang, and obviously like this is a White Fang that I've rolled from the very beginning in the game for Massiah, and it kind of makes no sense to maybe like re-roll Blade of Constancy for um like say I don't know, a different character, right? And I haven't been able to get my hands on Lilium, which really sucks. I feel like it kind of hinders my drafting capabilities because when tank down players are able to get Lilium from you, it feels like the game is like way harder as a control player just because they're able to kind of dictate the flow of the game, right? That's one thing that I really am not having a lot of joy doing or fighting against, I guess you could say. And yeah, I don't know. It's just tough, you know. Not having Lilium, they can first pick Lilium. They can pivot away if you show the control too early, or if you play too slow, or you're picking lower priority strip units. They speed up with Tsukiyo on three, and they just kill you, which is just really annoying, man. It's just really annoying. But yeah, I haven't really shown my units in a while, so obviously I also have like Valerian, but like who cares about her? And like Ling Luo as well, but again, like who cares about her? Like nobody, right? So those are basically all the characters that I have built at the moment. I am looking to improve my roster. The next unit I am planning on building is actually going to be Lilith. I think her S3 with her like bomb and stun and stuff is very very reliable. But once I get like another codex and some more effect accuracy right side, that's when I'll build her. And obviously like investigation EXP books. But until then, I think I won't build her for now. But yeah, I think we need to introduce like more like dot like another Obol would be really nice. You know, another Obol would be really nice just so that I can make my life a little bit easier when I'm fighting on these tank down players. Just because like tank down's just broken, man. And like even when I'm playing control, if I have like the perfect tuning, the perfect setup, all it takes is for like on turn like on my fifth rotation trying to kill the Sanya, I get 10% in on a stun, and then she just boom revive. It's like just feels really bad. You know, it just feels really bad. So hopefully we're going to see some changes sooner than later, but that is going to be it for today's video. I just want to give like a quick unit update since I've made so many changes. And once again, thank you to Etheria for sponsoring this video and me in general. I really appreciate it. And see you guys in the next one when we cover the new units coming and the new patch, obviously. But the new units, Inferno Rengo, I'm going to conquer you. And yeah. Bye.